Spiderman! Spiderman! Oh, whatever. Hello everybody, Steven Guy here, and today I have been a while that I have finally shooting on my video right now. And today we are gonna do a different video nowadays, and don't worry, my Dunkirk movie review is gonna come Saturday, and Friday I'm gonna watch Dunkirk. And mostly people think that I am a huge Spider-Man fan because I thought Spider-Man was a funny character, he's a cool character, he's a very amazing character, his suit is very amazing and awesome. But we all know that all the Spider-Man movies are great except some of them, they are worse, they are very terrible, they're great, they're amazing, they're a masterpiece. Even if it's one more thing, what is the best Spider-Man movie of all time? My name is Steven Guy, and welcome to my actual list on the Spider-Man movies, the rank from the worst to the best. So I think it's kind of like so there are my top 6 Spider-Man movies from the worst to the best ranked, and this top list is starting now. Alright, we got my favorite Spider-Man movies from the worst to the best, and now let's go start with the 6th one from the worst. The worst Spider-Man movie I have ever watched. You know what it is. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, or I should say, The Disappointed Man 2. I mean, oh my god, this movie is very bad. I mean, more worse than every Spider-Man movies. I mean, this movie doesn't explain what just happened. It doesn't original explain the original story. It doesn't explain, even though it's a sequel, but it doesn't originally tell what happened, and the story is very confused, and it didn't tell the story properly. Why is it that bad? Because mostly this movie has a lot of CGIs, too much actions, and too many villains in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Even more than Spider-Man 3, because this movie is hilariously bad. I mean, some of the CGIs are hilariously bad, and the villains are not great. I mean, the only good thing about this movie is the suit. Wow, this suit is very amazing, but what are problems about this movie? The entire movie. I mean, too much couple scenes, too much romantic scenes, and too much CGIs, too much actions. Even though some of those actions are great, also the Andrew Garfield them from the Spider-Man witty humors are not even that funny. They are trying to be Spider-Man 2, but no, it's not funny. It's not great. And I must say this is one of the worst Spider-Man movies I have ever watched, and I'm gonna give an F. As you see in my movie review on The Amazing Spider-Man 2 / Extreme Rant, if you didn't watch my movie review, so you can check my videos on my Extreme Rant, so yeah. And we got the number 5 is The Amazing Spider-Man. The reason why I choose Spider-Man 3 top instead of The Amazing Spider-Man, because The Amazing Spider-Man is kind of differently very confused. I mean, according to the Andrew Garfield, he was the new Peter Parker right now. He is the new Spider-Man, and he has this new suit. According to the suit is very amazing. I think it's kind of better than the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean, there's a problem in this movie. I mean, at least there's one villain about this movie. I mean, very confused. I mean, it's very success that we can see the awkward flirting with Andrew Garfield between Emma Stone. But they're both relationships, they are real relationships, because it's true that we can see Andrew Garfield has a relationship with Emma Stone, but we all see that is very nothing and pointless. I mean, some of the CGIs are good, because the reason why I didn't like it, because some of the action scenes are not that good. The witty humor, no, I don't think the witty humor is not funny at all, and hilariously bad acting. I mean, at least it's better than the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I can say this is not that good actually. I didn't like it. I don't hate it, but I didn't like it. I'm sorry to say this, guys. I might give this kind of a D because I have no other choice and no other words about this movie. And so yeah. Okay, since Andrew Garfield was one of my least Spider-Man movies of all time, at least he did improvement. It's not his fault. It's Sony's fault. It's Sony who rebooted all those Spider-Man movies and ruined Spider-Man. So we go into the number 4 spot is the Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire movie that I like, but one of my least Sam Raimi's trilogies. The reason why I like Spider-Man 3, I know you guys like Shocking right now. Why do I choose this over the Amazing Spider-Man? Like I said, in the Spider-Man 3, I mean, the Spider-Man 3 has some good thoughts, you know. Even if it's bad that we can see emo Peter Parker where Tobey Maguire performed in this movie, which is not cringe for me. I find it hilarious with bad acting, but some of the roles are good, like Tobey Maguire. They did a very great emotional acting in this movie. Even at the end, that we can see that Sandman parents got killed, and the reason why he didn't actually kill Uncle Ben, he tries to help Uncle Ben. It's very emotional. It's sad to see Peter Parker just cry, and he told the truth, and very touching story that we see who killed Uncle Ben. But like I said, guys, I mean, it is a very dark film. It's very great. I can agree that Harry Thomas Pictures likes this movie, even though that's his favorite Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie of all time. But I can agree on him. I mean, come on, guys. This is not a bad movie, isn't it? I mean, Spider-Man 3 is kind of like underrated Spider-Man movie of all time. But at least it's better than Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Amazing Spider-Man 1. So, let's count for that. Alright, the number 3, the Spider-Man film that I really great, that I love it as a child, is Spider-Man. Not the original Spider-Man, not the back show, something. Sam Raimi's first movie trilogy for starting Spider-Man. I really liked this film when I was a kid. I was very, very joyful. I was very happy to see Spider-Man in this film. He was very great, and Tobey Maguire is very great in this movie. I like to see him as a Peter Parker, even though it's very great. I mean, wow, this is a very great movie. I mean, I can see him through my eyes. I can see Tobey Maguire was very great acting in this movie. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, he is very great in this movie. Even if it's a good choice to choose him as Peter Parker, it's the best choice to choose him as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I mean, that we can see that Tobey Maguire is very great acting in this movie. He's touching. He's very great. He's an amazing actor. He is very great in Spider-Man trilogies. But like I said, Tobey Maguire is old right now. It's so sad we can see him that he quit Spider-Man because someone got replaced by Andrew Garfield. But after that, Andrew Garfield was quit. So we can see Tom Holland's perform right now. And the number 2, we reach for the best movie. And the number 2, I know you guys are gonna disappointed right now. I know some of your true fans are disappointed right now. I think the number 2 is Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi film. I know you guys are shocked, like, oh my god, why did you put in Spider-Man 2 in the number 2 list? How dare you? I hate you right now. No, I don't think Spider-Man 2 is one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time. But I said Spider-Man 2 is one of the best Sam Raimi films of all time. It's really the best. It's very great. And Tobey Maguire, he was very great acting in this movie. And he is the best Spider-Man. I mean, I can see him that he can do well performance. He can do well. Very touching. Very great. Very amazing acting that we can see Tobey Maguire was in this movie. He is very, very great in this movie. He's very impressive in this movie that we can see him through Spider-Man 2. He's a great villain in a way. It's the actor from Doctor Octopus. He was he was kind of good villain that I see him. I just wanted to make me to film Spider-Man, so I really love him with this film. I mean, this is one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time. Not the best, but the best Sony movie of all time. But what a shame that The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I thought it's gonna be better than the Spider-Man 2, but no, I think Spider-Man 2 is one of the best of all time, guys. Spider-Man 2 is the best. Yeah, and the number one, we reach the best Spider-Man of all time. It is Spider-Man Homecoming, one of the best Spider-Man movies and one of the best MCU movies I have ever seen in my life. I know you guys are disappointed right now. Why did I put number one on the list, Spider-Man Homecoming, just reach it? There are good reasons, like great reasons about this movie why I think Spider-Man Homecoming is one of the best movies of all time. So let you know, Tom Holland, he is very amazing and very impressive and gorgeous. He is very great in this movie. He can do his own stunt because some of them did not use the real stunt because Tom Holland knows how to use a real stunt. Even though he's a UK actor, but he can do English accent well. He's very hilarious. I mean, he can do some of the witty humor. And Michael Keaton is one of the best Spider-Man villains I have ever seen in my life. He's the great Vulture since he became a superhero into the villain. The first thing that Michael Keaton do, he used to be Batman and now he's the villain of Vulture. I mean, he's better than the Batman version. I mean, he was a very great Vulture actor that I can see him better than all the villains, especially Dr. Octopus. I mean, whoa, this is a mind-blowing film, guys. Most of the part of these movies are very funny. I can see that it's very funny. It's very emotional sometimes because when the part in this movie, I can't spoil for you guys until the DVD release. So I can say there is a one epic reason. It follows one of the comics movies. Because rest of the Spider-Man movies like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they both are not acting like a teen. Because even though nowadays even though their movies, actually Tobey Maguire is 30 something years old, and same as Andrew Garfield is 30 or something years old. But Tom Holland, he did the best thing. He chose the right Spider-Man to choose a 21 years old boy, even though he's young, but still, he's the best Peter Parker. He's the best Spider-Man. I mean, the suit, wow, it was very great. Even though it's a technician suit, but wow, the suit is very beautiful. Even though they featured Iron Man in it, but still, one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time I've ever seen. As I know, and I give it an A plus, which if you guys didn't see my movie review or spoiler reviews for my Spider-Man Homecoming, you can check it out back there and check my videos all over that, and you can see my Spider-Man Homecoming movie review. If you didn't see it, don't check the spoiler review. If you see it, then fine. So that's all for my list of the Spider-Man movies. Let's rank on the best performance. I might say Tom Holland is one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time. He's very great. He's successful. He's impressive and gorgeous. I know you guys are disappointed, but I still love Tobey Maguire in this movie. He is great. He's the second best Spider-Man movie of all time. But Andrew Garfield, I think it can be worse because he's not good acting in the film. But he did other good acting in the film, like Hacksaw Ridge. He's a very great role in this movie, but not in Spider-Man. So let you guys know that's all for my Spider-Man films. What do you think of all Spider-Man films? What is your favorite Spider-Man film? And what is your least favorite Spider-Man film? If you hate Homecoming, I will... You know what? That's fine. That's fine. So anyway, guys, this is Steven guys signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.